Hi, and welcome to another episode of VaeciaReads. I'll be reading from r/Am I the Jerk today. I have a couple of stories prepared. The first, a mother-to-be harassed by a woman who wants her kids. The second story, OP wonders if she may be the idiot in her decision not to share some valuable family recipes. Is she? Let's begin. Am I the idiot for calling out my kid's future stepmom for treating me like a surrogate? I, 29 female, dated a guy, Joe, 30 male, for 3 months before he left me to go back to his ex, Kim, 30 female. Right after we broke up, I found out I was pregnant, and now I'm at 24 weeks. I let him know, and he was ecstatic. Turns out his girlfriend had fertility issues and would likely never be able to get pregnant naturally, and he has always wanted to be a father. Getting back together was out of the question for both of us, so he's still with his girlfriend. Joe was only allowed at the initial appointment because of COVID-19, and we found out I was having twins. According to Joe, when he told Kim she had a mental breakdown about her infertility and wanted to talk to me. I met them at their house, and Kim stated that she wanted to be involved in my pregnancy because she would eventually be the children's stepmother. She started telling me that I needed to do a home birth, that I needed to formula feed so that they could have the babies half of the week, that she wanted one boy and one girl, and that she wanted the kid to call her mama since they would be calling me mommy. I shut her down and said I would make the best choices for my children and my body, and left. Kim continued to be overbearing and texting me every day about my eating habits, exercise habits, and witching about how her job wouldn't let her take maternity leave. At the virtual genetics counseling appointment, she attended instead of Joe and took over the whole meeting trying to talk about her family history, which wasn't relevant. When it came time for my 20-week level 2 scan, they allowed me one guest, and Joe suggested I take Kim instead of him, which I refused to do. Joe did end up coming, and he found out the gender because I wanted to keep it a surprise for me so we could throw a gender reveal party. I put a pregnancy announcement on my social media, and then she put up an announcement saying they were expecting twins the non-traditional way, and how blessed she was. I was irritated, but I kept my mouth shut. Then she threw a gender reveal party and posted it on social media. I wasn't even invited. She also announced that she's having a baby shower. I commented on her posts and told her to stop treating me like a surrogate, that the kids weren't hers, that Joe didn't have any claim or custody of the kids until they are born. I then called Joe and reiterated all of this and stated that I would not be seeing either of them until we went to family court, and that my mother would be my birthing partner. He and Kim and some of her friends and family are saying I'm a jerk, and her mother even called and insisted I give her one of my babies. Like, is this the parent trap? So, am I the jerk? Update 1. I never considered that this could have happened on purpose. We used condoms because I do not react well to hormonal birth control, and I had to wait to get a non-hormonal IUD because of other medical issues. The Thursday I posted this, I went to the police and they stated that there was nothing they could do because a crime hadn't been committed. In my state, orders of protection are criminal or family, so I was able to get one against Joe. On Friday, I did get a lawyer, and they let me know in my state there was nothing I could do as far as custody before the babies are born. So, I will be leaving my state soon to ensure that this isn't my baby's home state and I can't be charged with anything. However, someone sent this post to Kim, and she came to my job, damaged my car, and broke a bunch of office windows. I work with kids, so she was arrested for not just the criminal damage and trespassing, but also child endangerment. So hopefully that works in my favor. Also, if Joe did it on purpose, I don't think Kim knew because she was screaming at me about how I stole her life and everything I had was supposed to be hers. Update 2. I have orders of protection against both Kim and Joe. I left the state anyway, and Joe and Kim started harassing me again because there's no legal jurisdiction when you leave the state. But I have enough evidence that I was able to press charges in my current state as well, and will be pursuing a restraining order here. How terrible for OP! Let's take a look at the comments. 100% not the jerk. OP, I know this seems far-fetched, but I would pursue legal action. It sounds like Joe impregnated you on purpose so he and his girlfriend could score a free surrogate. Contraceptive sabotage is a thing. Please protect yourself and your children. None of what you're going through or how they are behaving is remotely normal or okay. I would get the authorities involved ASAP. I wouldn't even begin to imagine letting a man I was so briefly involved with having custody or visitation of my children. Very suspicious. I've had zits longer than you two were together. Petrifying. Absolutely not the jerk. Lawyer the F up. Document everything and do it now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. Start right this minute. Every interaction in the past, take screenshots. Hold onto text messages, don't instigate, and get your doctor to write a statement of what went down during the video conference. You've only known the dude for a little over 3 months. He's gonna be in your kid's life one way or another for over 18 years. By what it sounds like, he's expecting to be a co-parent with his ex and not you, the mother. It's a good thing OP contacted the authorities. Ha! I don't think I'd want to be in her situation. But anyway, good luck, OP. I pray for a stressless pregnancy and an easy birth for you. Let's move on to the next story. Am I the jerk for telling my 2 nephews' stepmom that she's not part of the family, so she doesn't get the recipes? My nephews, 21 male and 19 male, have had Ellen as their stepmom since they were 9 and 11 respectively. My sister died a year before their dad married Ellen, and before her death, she had shared 2 family recipes that were passed down in our family, from our great-grandmother originally. There are 2, a cake recipe and a sauce for lasagna. The idea is it's something special our family can cook for each other and other people, but we don't share how to make them. When Ellen first married the boy's dad, she asked my mom if she could have the recipe. My mom said no. She asked another of my sisters, and she also said no. She asked my 2 brothers, then 2. She asked the boys. Everyone said no. The consensus was she wasn't part of our family, so why would we share it with her? She asked me a couple of times too, but after my mom died 3 years ago, she told me she had been part of our family through the boys for long enough to be deserving of it, but I denied the request. For us, she's not our family. We appreciate that she has been part of the boys' lives and helped raise them, but she's no more family to us than any other acquaintance. So there's respect, but no love or anything like that. Anyway, my older nephew had a baby girl with his fiancée late last year. Last month, they had a small party to celebrate her arrival with close family and friends. Ellen asked him for the recipe so she could make the cake, and he said no. She then asked me, saying she wanted to make the family cake and wanted to be the one to do it. I told her no again. She asked me why. I told her my decision didn't need to be explained. After the party, she called me again and told me I was a horrible, crabby person, that we should have embraced and loved her and made her part of the family once she became the boys' mom, and that we all made her feel so small, but especially me, because she had really, really wanted to make the cake and be accepted by our family. I didn't engage much after that, but when I talked to my younger nephew after that phone conversation, he said he and older nephew are getting flack for it. I only feel bad because it seems like she's very upset. And I know gatekeeping seems like a wicked thing, but this is mostly just fun for us to keep between us and our family. And she's not part of our family. My nephews are free to share if they want. She was never family to us. It has led to a lot of hurt feelings and anger now. I have been called out personally by her. So the question, am I the jerk? Well, she really had to ask that question, but let's take a good look at what the comments have in store for us. You are a jerk, as well as your family. In my book, recipes are for sharing, and family doesn't mean blood always. You all are incredibly cruel. Your sister would be ashamed of all of you for how you treat the woman who helped raise her kids. I have a feeling you're just upset your brother-in-law moved on after your sister died. Unpopular opinion, but not the jerk. I can't see why OP would be a jerk for not giving a family recipe away to someone who isn't anything but an acquaintance to OP. I mean, how can anyone consider the new wife of a brother-in-law as family? Makes no sense to me. Guess that's just me though. You are a jerk. You and your family are not nice people. This woman has stepped in to raise your sister's kids, and this is how you treat her. This isn't about a recipe. This is about intentional cruelty and ostracism. Bingo! It's not even thinly veiled. Family recipes are a silly idea because they are never really actually about food. They are strictly about control. She wasn't asking to just make some stupid cake. She was asking to be accepted as someone who was loved and welcomed in the family. You're the jerk. What the ever-loving hell? Family isn't just blood. Do you know how hard it is to marry a widow and then raise their kids? She knows she isn't officially family, but there is nothing she can do to change that. She knows the boys and probably even her husband would much rather have their mother and wife still around. She doesn't need you reminding her she isn't really accepted. Are you aware how ridiculous it is to constantly essentially tell someone they're not worthy of even being around just for the sake of two recipes? You're honestly a terrible person. Would you feel the same way about adopted kids in the family? If you want to be technical about it, her husband isn't even family either. Do you also treat him poorly, regardless of recipes? If the recipe thing really is just a bit of fun, like you say, why are you so insistent on gatekeeping? I am going to have to agree with majority of the comments here, at least from the story's perspective, though there might be more than Opie may have been willing to share, aside from the family recipes, that is. Anyway, Opie, it's really up to you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you'd like to share a similar story, please don't hesitate to comment down below. And if you want to hear more, please like and subscribe to our videos. I'll see you soon. Bye!